guys are doing wrong that's getting these games away from you?
Man, I think we're trying to figure it out. You're right. We've had double-digit leads going into the fourth, and then we just let it slip. And so
they had a 10-point lead heading into the fourth quarter, and they still lost. It's easy to point to Caitlin Clark's absence. She was ruled out with a groin injury. But this loss goes deeper than one player sitting. This isn't just about missing talent. It's about a team that doesn't know how to hold on to a game, even when they have control. And that's a problem. Clark being out may explain a lot, especially when you look back at her off night against the Seattle Storm. Maybe that groin injury was already affecting her, and this game was just the tipping point. But the story tonight wasn't just about the injury. It was about the collapse that followed. Because even without your star, you don't give up a 10-point lead in the fourth unless something is seriously off. At one point, Indiana went more than 7 minutes without a made field goal. 7 minutes. That's not a rough patch. That's a complete offensive shutdown. The ball stopped moving. The offense had no shape. Players were standing, second-guessing, waiting for someone to take charge. But no one did. And the numbers reflect it. The halftime score was 30-34. Think about that. In a league known for pace and shot-making, both teams were barely scraping by. But for Indiana, it wasn't just bad shooting. It was a lack of purpose. They looked lost. No direction, no leadership, and no adjustments. That's what makes this all so frustrating. Because this roster has talent. They have scorers. They have size. They even have flashes of strong defense. But it never shows up when it counts. When the game tightens, when the crowd is in it, when every possession matters, they fold.
For the Fever, Aaliyah 1 of 3. Ari McDonald is 5 points. Kelsey Mitchell goes 1 of 4. She was non-existent in the fourth quarter. Lexi had a layup.
It's becoming a pattern. And patterns point to something systemic. With Clark on the floor, this team feels fast, spaced, unpredictable. But take her out, and the floor shrinks. The confidence vanishes. Everyone waits for someone else to make a play. It's not that the other players are bad. It's that they don't function without a leader directing traffic, setting the tone, and giving them confidence. And that's the difference Clark brings. Even when she's not scoring, she gives this team shape. Tonight, without her, the Fever didn't just lose their leading scorer. They lost their identity. And what's worse is how familiar it all felt. Another game where they had a lead. Another game where they didn't close. Another game where the same issues showed up. Lack of ball movement, bad spacing, no second-half adjustments, and zero execution under pressure. It's not just that they're young. It's not just that they're learning. At some point, the excuses run out. At some point, it stops being about potential and starts being about results. Because the Fever aren't winless. They're not hopeless. But they are broken in ways that keep showing up when it matters most. If this team wants to be more than just a viral highlight or a trending topic, they need to figure out what's wrong and fix it fast. Because the losses aren't just piling up on the scoreboard. They're piling up in confidence, in rhythm, in trust. The Indiana Fever aren't just missing Caitlin Clark tonight. They're missing composure. They're missing identity. And they're missing a system that works when their star can't save them. That's not a player issue. That's a team issue. And until that gets fixed, no lead is ever going to feel safe.